Hello, folks. How you doing? You find me here today in ARK Survival on the island, which is one of the primary locations. Ragnarok has just been released, and also Astrios. Oh, yes, this is Thribble. She's my carry-all, my transit van. So if you're unacquainted with ARK, it's like a Robinson Crusoe style survival game. You find yourself waking up on a beach in a Jurassic world. Well, actually, it's more than that. And I'm just out gathering supplies, materials for my building work. This is my first base. I built this place. Well, I started building it as soon as I arrived in the game. Everything's got a texture skin on it, because that's not how things originally look. Like this gate here has a steampunk texture on it. It's still quite dark. So there's Thribble, my luggage. This is my house here, my main base. Some food plants, carrots. That's a potato plant, believe it or not. And there's a potato to prove it. That's corn, sweet corn, maize, whatever you want to call that. Fertilizer. Another potato plant, knacberry, which is good for tranquilizer, for narcotics in other words, tranquilizer darts and so on. A number of creatures here, including Big Bird, a strange creature. That's a water tank. And turquoise, which is a variety of pterosaur, flying leathery dinosaur. Oh, and a big tortoise here, and he's just laid an egg, or should I say she. I'll have that lovely egg for breakfast. Compost bins. These big steampunk doors. Close them. Keep the infidel out. And critters. Various workstations, a forge, smithy, cupboards for storage, boxes for storage, and going into the house. A chest for, well, shelves for storing blueprints and plans and some cooking facilities. So the texture I've been using here, got the cosmetics. So that's the ones I have active. Frontier structures, which is like sort of Wild West cowboy type business. Steampunk, which is Jules Verne, Victorian, H.G. Wells, and a bit mad besides. wasteland structure skins, which is very Mad Max, or if you're acquainted with the Fallout world, it's a bit scrappy and chaotic. Post-apocalyptic junk, basically. Scrap. Repurposed. And of course there's the Astraeos textures. You'll see some of them in a wee while, what I've been doing with them. Haven't used them much here, because this was my first structure, my first thing, so but that's a steampunk ceiling there. And consequently it's the floor above. And that's just the base game look of the things. The stone wall there. All this frontier style Wild West railings and such like. My water intake, water supply. The exterior of my house. That laser beam over there that's just gone out. There's a supply drop which I didn't pick up. So that's the original thatch upper floors. In the early game, having to gather all these resources, thatch is the easiest primary building material. It's also one you unlock first, then wood, then adobe, and then stone. So it's a bit odd that way. Don't use adobe much here on the island, but I'm sure it's useful in wherever the Wild West or steampunk or Mad Max stuff goes on. My balcony is? Ooh. Dawn is coming. The first rays of the sun sneaking over the horizon. This is steampunk. It's very kind of Victorian, classical, baroque. Very mad and funky. I like it. It's probably a bit rich for most people's tastes. These are, again, steampunk floors. Original walls, untextured, and frontier Wild West style. So that's one of the rooms, and this is another room. Still to furnish it. I'm on a solo game, so there's not going to be any other visitors, so furnishing these rooms is more just the look of thing. It's not going to have any practical purpose, any point. Oh, a lovely couch. Oh, this couch comes from... Oh, look at that view. Look at that view. I just have to sit down and enjoy the view. Sit down. Sit down and enjoy the view. There we go. Of course I can't turn to look at the view. I'm sitting down. Where was I? What was I blathering about? Oh yes. The couch there. Well, it's in engrams. I've not actually got it active here, I don't think, have I? No, I haven't got them active. Because that should be it there. Bob's Tales. I'll make it active. Engram template. Hammer. That's new. These are all the Bob's Tales things. Most of which I haven't unlocked because I tend to prioritise things like practical things. There's the couch. Couch, sofa, chaise longue, or chase lounge, as I've heard it said. Makes me laugh. Oh, it's a lovely chair. I haven't got one of those yet. But that's Again, a Bob's Tales thing. And there's my couch, my sofa. Fancy sofa. Sofa so good. And you can get a saloon piano. So this must be the sort of Victorian steampunk Wild West styly things. And of course you can sleep on the sofa, which is nice. I prefer it to leave my character in this. Look what that torch is doing. In the sofa in front of the fire, with a lovely view. Of course, the fire works. I so feel though. Brewing up some drinkies here. That's my bed for emergencies. You spawn in there if you die. You've got that small room here, haven't I? Yes. Again, it's unfurnished. Well, I haven't put the floor in. Well, that's very remiss of me. Maybe it's despawned. Yeah, sometimes there's that sort of thing. A steampunk window. And of course, all windows are openable. And some of them even open themselves. Yet more to do up here. Might put another fireplace in here. It could be the master bedroom eventually. Another room here. Completely unused. And this is from the frontier menu. That's really a wall, but the texture's like a window. Similarly, these bits of wall have windows put into them. Look at the back of that door. That's a steampunk door. Ooh, that's the back. And that's the front. Very strong Jules Verne technology looking Victorian. And of course you can go up on the roof. I often park my flying mounts up here. Anywho, let's be getting on, shall we? It's getting light, so I don't need a torch anymore. Save fuel. Oh, I'm not doing anything with that. What needs compost? That could do with some, maybe. Now you can use their excreta as compost if you haven't got anything ready in a compost bin. It's a kind of emergency measure. So you need never lose your crops. Anyway, goodbye critters, I'll see you in a wee while. Annoying when you have to get off, close the doors. Pain in the ass. Close this door as well. See if I can close it while it's mounted. Nope, it won't let me. Oh, you get a raft in the beginning. You can have a raft. But not content, I don't want a raft. So that's what I've done with it. All aboard. So the raft is this square here. Everything between the sail and that straight edge there. And this mast, between the two masts, that is the sum total of the raft. Which is why I've done this. That's the underside of my ship. Using a lot of steampunk textures and some of the the Mad Max style textures. I like the scale pattern of the steampunk. It suits a maritime or dinosaur or fishy theme. So you can do this to, well, this sort of thing to your raft as well. That's some steampunk railings. And what's that other texture? The wasteland. Yep, that's very much a Fallout or Mad Max inspired. Oh yes, I've got a little cabin here. Haven't furnished it. I only completed building on this ship, so I've yet to put windows in. And a bed. But mostly steampunk here. And steampunk floor. Wasteland ceiling. Lovely doors. Oh. I'm very much a bit of a Victorian. I'm so not very technologically minded. I am a Victorian. I'm an old-fashioned fossil. That's why this game is so good for me. Right at home with the dinosaurs and other extinct species. Anyhow, let's be off. So despite all the fact that I've built a large ship onto this small raft, it still functions the same. And it hasn't impaired its quality. And this is how I transport bulk goods. All the timber and stone that I need for my building work. I'm quite new to using this ship. I think I said I only finished it yesterday. But it's still not finished, so I'll try to keep to the close into the shore. I've never been attacked by anything big. Oh, look at all these bloody elephants. I don't like these things. Look at that, is ridiculous. 4 of those buggers. I think it was yesterday morning I logged in. And almost instantly my base came under attack from just one of these elephants, and it laid waste to my entire settlement. Not the one I'm just been at, not the one I'm coming from, but the one I'm still very much building. And this one elephant smashed everything up, killed all my tame dinosaurs and creatures, and started smashing up my buildings. Luckily it couldn't get to the buildings I've built on top of a rock. Well, you'll see it when I get there. Oh, I'm really too close to the shore. I haven't wrecked the raft yet. But that might be different in its ship form. Particularly the underwater parts of the hull might be subject to damage from colliding with the landscape. But used to only be able to get 2 creatures comfortably aboard the raft. And now ample capacity for a menagerie. I could possibly squeeze in a whole host of creatures. Certainly double the former capacity. Possibly treble. Well, that's just the sound of one of my creatures excreting, pardon them. And that temple you see up on the rock there above the arch, well, I built that using the Astrios Greek textures, skins. And this is the settlement that the base that the elephant completely devastated yesterday. But luckily I had a hard save that I can go to. I'll bring it up to the dock side. And the elephant even killed Snowy, my lovely raptor. All aboard, and actually we're disembarking. Come on, disembark a little bit quicker. So to elephant-proof it, I'm building these angled turrets. Certainly using stone walls and foundations for the lower courses, and wood for all the upper parts. And the walls between woodwork, lots of wood. If you use thatch, that just gets utterly smashed to blazes. It's like the 3 piggies. One little piggy built a little straw house, which the wolf blew down. Next little piggy made one out of wood or sticks or whatever. And it huffed and puffed and blew that down as well, but not the brick one. So there's the moral of the tale. Stone, brick, masonry. Much more resistant to attack from dinosaurs and other things that want mean you grief and mischief. All my creatures were splattered. Apart from the 1 or 2 that were up in the building there. I'll take Thribble, my duckbill dinosaur, up here. So I'm going to build a house for them. Well, build really a kennel. Somewhere to house my creatures safely. Also, they have a tendency of, unless you switch off their aggro, their aggression, they will attack things. Initially I built a circuit of walls to keep them in. Otherwise they'd be away chasing and killing things. Especially the more raptor-like ones. Yeah, I quite like my boat. Needs a bit of work though. I think I've exceeded the build budget, how much you're allowed to build on the raft. So I might have to take some of it down to fully equip it. Like these fancy railings can probably go. And then I can put in windows. And more fancy railings here can go. And I can have a bed in case of emergencies. More fancy railings can go, and I can put in another one of these storage cabinets. And perhaps cooking facilities. Anywho, this is my nice raptor, Snowy. Nice quick mount, not much of a carrying capacity, which is why I keep the duckbill dinosaurs. I've also got a triceratops there, but I never got around to making a saddle for him. Or her. I've called him Trevor, but it's really a girlie. You know, these little dinosaurs, they spit venom in your face. You might be familiar with them from Jurassic Park. The original film, I think. Yeah, I'm going to take Snowy up to the top of the building here, up to the grand dwelling, my house. It doesn't have much of a turning circle. Oh, come on. Snowy, behave yourself. Maybe the safe thing to do is to get her to follow me up. Right. So, what's that? Whistle follow one. There we go. So just one dinosaur. Oh, follow me up here. You following? Oh, no, you're not, are you? Where the hell are you? Oh, goodness sake. There's no easy way to do these things, is there? Not just you have a crap there. Come on. Upstairs. Come on. Come on. Oh, here we go. So I've kept these stairs in the raw. I haven't put a skin on them, a texture. But this is where it becomes classical. Anything that's either built of stone or on stone, I've used the... Oh, bloody hell. Snowy right in the way. I've used stone textures. Oh, I can't hop off here, I'll fall off the cliff. That's one of the big gateways that I've used the Greek texture on. And here's my house in the style of a classical temple. Well, using the Astros textures. Or mostly. Got storage boxes. All my crafting stations and such like are in here. Two doors I get in there. This door. Oh, maybe I should tell her to stop following me now. There we go. So all my equipage here. Refining forge. And cooking facilities. Haven't got a smithy yet. Yet to get around to that. Mortars and pestle or grinding up ingredients. So I'm starting. Well, I haven't started brewing yet. Yeah, I don't know if you can sit by the fire because it gets cold at night. Got some more plants here. And these are under glass, so they benefit from the greenhouse effect. If you look at the small print there, till the plot with a shovel to increase growth and yield. Water, it says it's not irrigated, but you can see there it's partially irrigated. 424 out of 600. It's fertilizer, and it's saffroot, which is another word for potato. And greenhouse effect, 30%. Oh. That's the thing, I should make a shovel that says to till the soil. And this is citrus, effectively lemons. And it's not growing at the moment. Why is that then? Fertilizer 0. Citronelle. Ah, damn, I'll have to put some fertilizer in there. I might have to steal something from here. Some of the excreta. Actually, I'll use the compost proper there. It says it's got compost. It's lying. Fertilizer. Not irrigated. That's what's wrong. Ah. Damn it, I have to fill up all these water things. Now I'll quickly run down the hill. Getting water up here is a real pain in the bum. Go down the stairs without breaking my neck. I've nearly killed myself coming down the stairs. That's the sound of a dodo. I've got a pet dodo. Right. Where are these things? Fill them up. And up we go. So I've yet to finish the circular walls to keep giant elephant and other dangerous things out. Which is why I'm gathering materials. I kind of put the wind up me, coming back to devastation and slaughter. And quickly water these things, which you can do using these. It's more an emergency measure. I can't understand why I can't get water up here. I'm within the radius of the water tank that you saw downstairs on the ground. Does it start to grow already? This is not irrigated still. Might take a while to kick in. Anyhow, this is my place up on the hill. Still a work in progress, still building it. So when I eventually get a generator, I'll put it in one of these side rooms. Yeah, or yeah. There's my bed. Squalid bed, I know, but I've yet to make a couch. And that's also there for emergencies. If I die in the wild, I can respawn to a bed of choice. But I really like these classical textures. I'm trying to put them in properly so it's in keeping with the proportions of classical architecture is a bit of a problem. I've seen what other people do, and they're obviously not as anal about such things as I am. My father was an architect, and I was brought up immersed in all kinds of architectural lore and design and stuff. Which means I'm a bit autistic about this sort of thing. A bit OCD. Everything has to be just so. Proportions have to be according to classical proportions. And then I go and add some mad steampunk railings and a mad Jules Verne style steampunk staircase there. So we've got to put a roof on this bit. Is it raining? Yes. But these are Ionic capitals. That's the second order in terms of antiquity. The oldest order is Doric, around the 8th century BC, whereas Ionic came in certainly around the 4th century BC. It started to evolve. The Temple of Artemis and Hera, the famous Temple of Artemis, one of the wonders of the world, at Ephesus, was one of the first buildings to widely use the Ionic style with these scroll top capitals. You see these volutes there, that's what we call these spiral scrolls. It's like a scroll draped over the top of the capital there. Here's some steampunk roof panels. I like the little round windows that come with it. That's a Western style roof. No, that's actually the raw material. That's the raw base game look of the texture. And here's some of the Asturias classical style balustrade there. Base game called a thatch stair, but it's really bamboo. Bamboo is a big grass, though. If we're going to be technical about it, it's a giant grass. These are the Astros blue roof textures, skins, and there's the frontier style, the Wild West Island. Here's what the steampunk looks like on the outside. Wow, that's absolutely bonkers, isn't it? I love it. So I might have the entire middle of the roof with these steampunk ones. I'll see. I quite like it. I have sort of semi-ruinous hodgepodge of things at the moment. Whoa. Look at the magpie. I love shiny things. The glint of gold. Look at the views from up here. And of course you're immune from attack, and nothing can get you up here except flying critters. And there's not many of them down this end. There's the annoying little birds that fly down and steal stuff off you, but they seldom get up to the roof here. So I usually park my flying critters up here, my flying mounts. I haven't got the giant eagle type of mount, the Argentavis. Might probably too heavy to fly. Yeah, I got the Argentavis, the giant eagle-like mount. It's got a much bigger carrying capacity. I'll just dump the whole lot in there. Remind me to put it all back on before I end the video. Come on. Oh, my Pteranodon has a level up. Whoa. I had an otter once. I found it in this lake. And it's the best shoulder mount. It's the best thing to have wrapped around your neck, because it insulates you from hot and cold weather. Because it can get cold at night, and the cold can kill. So here's my settlement so far. My ship with a spare raft there. I'm building a harbour here. Quaysides. circular walls. And maybe kennel my various creatures in their own particular buildings. There's my grand... Oh, there's a supply shuttle coming down. My grand house. My classical temple-style villa. Marvellous. I've only been playing this game for about 3 weeks, and I love it. Despite having died quite a lot. So if you like what I do, if you like my videos, if you like seeing my buildings, because I am all for building, this is my main thing, the creative aspect of these games, building stuff, creating stuff. Creating beautiful things, beautiful environments and structures. So if you like what I do, give it a like. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And it also massages the algorithm in such a way that it benefits me and you. And it increases my viewer ratings and enables you to see more and similar stuff. So thanks for watching this. Like it if you liked it, thumbs up the video, and subscribe if you want to see more. And ta-ta for now. Cheerio.